Hey there, Jake Dempsey, CEO and co-founder of Project Broadcast. In this video, we'll spend some time learning about our time-lapse campaigns. Remember, you can always visit training.projectbroadcast.com for additional training modules. And if you have questions, feel free to email us at support@projectbroadcast.com. I'm going to hop into Project Broadcast and we're going to take a look at creating a time-lapse campaign and talk about in what ways could you use a time-lapse campaign in your business. Campaigns can be found on the automation section in the left-hand navigation. I'm going to tap the plus here and we're going to start working on a time-lapse campaign. But before we do, let's just talk about why would you use a time-lapse campaign? In a time-lapse campaign, every message has an absolute delay. And what I mean by that is exact hours and minutes. Most of the time, people use time-lapse campaigns for delivering text messages to a contact over a pretty short period of time. So an example here would be, let's say you wanted to educate someone on a particular product family that you offer. And let's just for argument's sake, say there's 3 products in this product family. Yes, you could send one giant text message talking about each of the products in the product family. But, one way to kind of keep those messages small is to create a time-lapse campaign where maybe the first message says, hey, I'm going to teach you about these 3 products over the next 30 minutes. And then 5 minutes later, they get a message about the first product. And then 5 minutes after that, they get a message about the second product. And maybe 5 minutes after that, they get a message about the third product. So this is, a way that you can leverage texting to kind of deliver messages fairly quickly without having to write one massive message to your contact. So let's just call this, I'm going to call this a product family overview. Now, there's a ton of different reasons you can use a time-lapse campaign. I'm just using this as one example. But even in party-based businesses or class-based businesses, you could even create a time-lapse campaign to deliver a class or deliver a party just over texting. You could socialize, meaning on social media, a keyword that drops someone into a time-lapse campaign that teaches them about your product, your business, your offering in a pretty short period of time, where the net result of that, right, is a message probably asking them to either book a call or schedule a calendar event with you, or even maybe you send them a link to your commerce store to make a purchase as a part of that. But for this example, let's use kind of the product family overview example that I gave just a moment ago. I'm going to create a campaign called Product Family Overview. It's going to be a time-lapse campaign. And again, for sake of argument, let's say I've got a new product family and there are 3 new products in this product family that I want to educate people on. So I'm going to go manage the messages in this campaign, much like a drip campaign, right? You manage the messages. We're going to create a message here. And I'm going to call this this particular message my intro. So, maybe in this message, I'm going to, and I don't have an exact message here, so bear with me, but, this is going to be your product family intro message. Now, again, you're going to write a real intro message and you're going to probably use emojis and dynamic fields and images and potentially use Ava to expand it. I'm just putting, a placeholder here so we can kind of see how these time-lapse campaigns are created. Now, when I add someone to this campaign, I kind of want them to get this message fairly quickly. So I don't want there to be an hour delay, and maybe there's just a 1-minute delay. I like using small delays in different places in Project Broadcast because it creates the perception that a real person typed the message. So I would typically look at, this message in terms of how large it is and determine, how long do I want to wait for that first message to go out based on that. We do have this feature called apply keyword after message is sent. There are cases where you want to apply a keyword after a particular campaign message has been sent. There's specific use cases on when that's useful, but in this case, we don't want to do that. So 1 minute after I add someone to this campaign, I want them to get my intro. I'm going to go back to my list of time-lapse messages. So the next message is going to be about product 1. And this is obviously your product 1 message, which again, your message will be better. 0 hour delay. And I'm going to send this one 5 minutes after. Actually, you know what? I'm going to send it Yeah, we'll do 5 minutes. 5 minutes after. So there's product one's message. I'm going to go back. Now I've got two messages, the 1 minute delay message and the 5 minute delay message. I'm going to go ahead and create product two's message. And we'll make this one 0 hour delay, 10 minutes. So now we've got a message 1 minute after they join, 5 minutes after, and 10 minutes after. I'm going to go back. I'm going to create one more message in my product family. So this is product 3. And this one we will do a 15-minute delay. Or sorry, 0 hour, 15-minute delay. So now we've got a 1 minute delay, 5 minute delay, 10-minute delay, and 15-minute delay. Now, if I'm building a campaign to maybe review, a product family that's launching, I want to make sure I've got a message that kind of creates a call to action. Now, you may decide to do that in your product 3, in our example here. You may decide to do that in your product 3 info message, or you may decide to create yet another message and call it, this is my call to action. And again, you can name the message whatever you want, but in here, there's going to be some call to action. Maybe it's a link to your e-commerce store, or maybe it's a link to a Calendly to book an appointment with you. But, this message, I'm going to go out. We'll do this one 17 minutes delay. So let's kind of review what the campaign does. When I add a contact to this campaign, they're going to get a message 1 minute after I add them with just an introduction of what the campaign is going to deliver to them. In this case, it's a info about the upcoming 3 products that are going to launch. Then I'm going to give them a message 5 minutes later about product 1, 10 minutes product 2, 15 minutes product 3, and 17 minutes some call to action. Again, maybe it's to go to the website to purchase these products, or maybe it's to schedule a call with me to learn more, or whatever it is. There's some call to action to make this campaign useful for my business. Now, again, you can add contacts to campaigns in a number of ways. You can add contacts manually here. So I'm going to add a contact here just so I want you to see these messages get scheduled in the schedule. So I'm going to add this contact manually. And when I go to the schedule, I should see there's the product family overview, the intro that's about to be delivered in a minute. The product 1, product 2, product 3, and then the call to action. So the Project Broadcast scheduled all of those messages for me. Now, the great thing about a time-lapse campaign, this is the same as a drip campaign, is this is evergreen marketing material. If I add a contact today, it's going to schedule all of the messages based on when I add the contact. If someone is added to this campaign a week from now, it will go schedule a message 1 minute after, 5, 10, 15, and 17 minutes after, based on that time-lapse campaign. So sometimes you'll create time-lapse campaigns that are meant to be long-lived so that you can socialize on social media, maybe a keyword where the keyword drops them into the time-lapse campaign. The time-lapse campaign teaches them about your product or your business, your opportunity, and then ultimately has a call to action for them to kind of engage further. So I can use a keyword. So if we look at our keywords, I'll just look at this VIP keyword. There's a join campaign section. I can add a campaign to the section, and when someone texts me the word VIP, it would automatically add them to the campaign. That's another way to get contacts into a campaign. Or if I'm in chat with someone, I can manually manage their campaigns here and add them to a campaign that way. Or if I'm on the contacts area directly and go into a contact, I can also manage the campaigns they are in right here. So I'm actually remove myself from this campaign. Now, when I remove myself from this campaign, I should be able to go to the schedule and see that all of the future messages that have not yet been delivered, or sent rather, have been removed from the schedule. Now, we had one message as a 1 minute delay. That message had already sent while we're doing this demo. That's why it stays in the schedule. This message was already sent. Now, all of the other messages that were scheduled for the future, those have been removed because I removed the contact. So think of time-lapse campaigns, again, as a way for you to deliver multiple messages in a short period of time to a contact. And it's very useful for doing things like product launches and product info. And if you're just trying to deliver a lot of information via text, you typically don't want a very large text message. It's usually better to break that into smaller messages, and give your contact kind of the insight that, hey, I'm going to send you a couple messages, and each of those messages be much more targeted.